shots into the air and throwing rocks. How students fought back.
Plus, the class of 2020 gets their long-awaited dome commencement, nearly 2,000 graduates returning, how an honorary degree is resonating with the now SU alums.
And Governor Hochul addresses the graduates and reveals her connection to a Marshall Street favorite. Your campus news leader, CitrusTV, starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
The investigation continues after an attempted robbery on South Campus. Good evening, I'm Louise Rath.
And I'm Walker Simmons. Students woke up late Saturday night to the sound of a gunshot near South Campus. It's the latest in a string of burglaries both on and off campus in recent weeks.
The DPS crime log shows that since August 1st, there have been a reported 18 cases of larceny and 5 burglaries. There have also been 13 reported cases of property damage.
And new at 6, students are reacting to that attempted burglary on South. CitrusTV reporter Teagan Brown is live on South Campus. What have we learned, Teagan?
Hey, thanks guys. I'm over here on South Campus where earlier in the weekend, specifically the early hours of Sunday night, there was an attempted burglary on one of these South Campus apartments. 8 teenagers attempted to break into one of them before they were confronted by a group of SU students. They were able to apprehend one of the teenagers, but the other 7 ran away. The Syracuse Police Department then showed up to the scene, and so did those 7 teenagers once again. They started throwing rocks at the building before running away once again, going north toward the University Village apartments. Now, on their way running away, they've decided to fire a shot into the air with a handgun. Later on, the Syracuse police discovered a handgun magazine on the ground. I spoke with SU students who live on South Campus specifically about how they're feeling in terms of safety.
Burglaries and different break-ins happening on South Campus, I personally don't feel too safe. We live really close to where the big break-in happened, and with the little break-ins into cars and stuff that were happening around campus, it's really difficult to feel safe.
I just, sometimes I even want to go for a run or do something at night, and now that the burglaries are going on, then I probably feel more unsafe.
On the DPS's daily crime log, this case is still open. Now, if any students on South Campus or any part of campus feel unsafe, they can always call DPS. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Teagan. New details about masking policies at the Carrier Dome. Some concerned local sports fans are breathing a sigh of relief following an increase in mask usage at last weekend's football game. Ushers verbally reminded and used lollipop signs to remind fans to mask up. This after SU's football home opener saw a limited number of fans wearing masks.
And new in COVID numbers today, the current active cases on campus is 112. Of those 24 new infections, there is 1 student currently in quarantine.
The total change in cases is down 36 from Friday, and the university urges students to follow COVID masking guidelines and get tested regularly.
And fans of the Shine Student Center's pizza shop can rest assured that it will make a return. It's just unclear when. SU Food Service Director Sue Bracey tells CitrusTV that the Tomato Wheel has remained closed in Shine Student Center due to staffing shortages. Multiple other campus restaurants and cafes will also remain closed. It's unclear when this staffing problem will come to an end.
And students living on SU's South Campus will soon have a new place to cast their ballot on Election Day. Onondaga Board of Elections Democratic Commissioner Dustin Zarni tells CitrusTV that the Goldstein Student Center will be used as a polling place for the first time on the upcoming Election Day. He says it won't impact where students living on main campus or the off-campus neighborhoods vote.
It'll be a wonderful polling place for students, and of course that area, it pretty much serves that community, so if you're on South Campus, all you have to do is go to Goldstein, as long as you're registered to vote.
You need to have your applications postmarked by October 8th in order to register to vote.
And SU held an in-person commencement for the 2020 grads on Sunday. CitrusTV News reporter Chilekasi Adele discusses how graduation held importance for many.
We are finally and properly honoring the class of 2020.
Finally, a sentiment echoed by thousands who gathered inside the Dome Sunday. SU's 2020 class returned to campus for an in-person commencement ceremony, more than a year after initially scheduled. Signs of the same pandemic that initially delayed the ceremony were evident, masking prompts displayed on scoreboards and faces covered everywhere. There were some notable names, including New York Governor and SU grad Kathy Hochul, who served as commencement speaker. Kevin Richardson became the first person to receive an honorary undergraduate degree in SU's history. He and 4 others were exonerated after being wrongfully convicted of brutalizing a Central Park jogger in 1990.
His story is a mirror reflection of a lot of other people's story that come from spaces that minorities hold.
Serena Omo Lamai went from Lagos, Nigeria to class marshal and student commencement speaker.
It's such an honor, and I'm so grateful to everyone who made this possible. My family friends.
Her uncle is gleaming with pride.
Nigeria they carry last. And so we try. We work very hard to get where we must. And so it means a lot.
For many, Sunday's event served as more than just a program.
I think there's finally closure that so many parents and the graduates needed.
Finally, closing one of the longest and most turbulent chapters in their lives. Chilekasi Adele, CitrusTV News.
Thanks, Chile. Now, you heard briefly there about Governor Hochul's address to graduates, while our Citrus TV reporter Ricky Sayer took a closer look at what SU graduates learned about Hochul's time at SU.
4 decades after she processed through this same dome at her own graduation, Governor Kathy Hochul has made her return.
Syracuse is really where I found my voice. I found my focus.
The governor recounting her own experience as a student leader and activist.
We had the guts in our student government.
She attempted to get the Carrier Dome named after Irving Davis when it was being built.
So that didn't go over the way I thought.
Hochul did find success. She says she pushed for a new student center, convinced university leaders to divest from apartheid South Africa, and launched a successful 6-month boycott of the bookstore over high prices.
So we came up with, as we were marching, boil, boil, toil and trouble. All they do is charge us double.
The protest worked. Prices coming down. The chancellor telling her years later,
we couldn't wait for you to graduate.
Hochul did more than just push for change. She worked at Varsity Pizza, calling out people's numbers when their pizza was done.
I mean, how important is that? Nobody eats until I call out their number.
Her father was the one who pushed her to attend SU, telling her other colleges could prep her to be the wife of a congressperson. He told her,
you go to Syracuse, you could be a congressperson.
Her closing message for the class of 2020 asked them to think about their 50th reunion.
The question will be simple. What did you do? What did you do with your life?
She says the answer should be simple. I made a difference. In Syracuse, Ricky Sayer, Citrus TV News.
Thanks, Ricky, for that report, and thank you to Tyler O'Neill and Ellie Heaton for editing that together.
Well, in her speech, Hochul mentioned the honorary degree the university is giving to Kevin Richardson. The exonerated 5 members' path to the degree began in 2019. He told Oprah Winfrey that his imprisonment prevented him from having the chance to attend SU. More than 6,000 people signed a student-created petition calling for the university to give Richardson the honorary degree. The university agreed to the students' request last year, and we spoke with Richardson to get his reaction.
Invite me with open arms, man. That feeling was so, and I use this word often because it's so true. It was surreal.
Has become a criminal justice reform advocate since his 2002 exoneration. And today is the last day to waive out of SU's student health insurance plan. According to the Barnes Center at the Arch, each year all students are required to show proof of qualifying health insurance coverage, or they are automatically enrolled to a school-sponsored plan. To waive out of the plan, log on to your MySlice account and click Enroll/Waive on the Student Insurance Overview page.
And new details across the region. The New York Power Authority is starting to work on transmission lines in the Onondaga and surrounding central New York counties. The NYPA will use helicopters to help us string 500 miles of transmission lines throughout Clay, Rome, and neighboring towns.
And work is set to take place from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, and the public is encouraged to stay away from the transmission lines as much as possible. And the project is set to finish November 15th. Newly released hospitalization data is revealing how many local patients are fully vaccinated. According to data obtained by Syracuse.com, nearly a third of all patients are fully vaccinated.
And since the start of the pandemic, 80% of COVID-19 related deaths in New York State are those who are 60 years or older. The head of Upstate Medical Global Health Program, Dr. Stephen Thomas, tells Syracuse.com that the vulnerable population has underlying conditions, making them more prone to the disease.
Community members are beginning to express concern over a proposed $25 million sports complex in Salina. According to CNY Central, County Executive Ryan McMahon says the Onondaga County relief money is expected to cover the cost of the project. Concerns include complex parking, drainage, lighting, and the impact on the environment. Town of Salina Supervisor Kathy Zabinski says people are upset no background information on the project has been provided.
All right, Louise, a great day for weather. I mean, walking to class today, I was sweating in Syracuse. Well, that doesn't happen much.
Yeah. Hey, Lindsay, what can we expect?
Thanks, guys. I'm here outside Watson Hall on the CitrusTV weather deck. Let's see what's going on in the weather right now. It's a nice 76 degrees here in Syracuse and mostly sunny, so a gorgeous day for this beautiful September weather. Honestly, it's really nice out. About 8-mile-per-hour winds, so more of a light breeze than any crazy winds. I know if I wasn't here doing this right now, I would be somewhere, maybe the quad, sitting outside, playing music, just enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather we're having before it gets cold, as we all know it will soon, here in upstate New York. And now looking into tonight, it will drop about 9 degrees. It will drop about 9 degrees. It will be mostly clear skies with little chance of rain. So keep those windows open, let that cold air in. Really, again, enjoy this beautiful, crisp fall air that we're having right now. At 9 a.m. will be 64 degrees, and then throughout the day it will heat up to around 75 degrees at 3 p.m. and then cooling down a bit as the sun goes down for a nice 69 at 8 p.m. Guys, back to you.
Lindsay Fine, thank you. Coming up, Pfizer says their vaccines are now safe for children. Why these dosages are both safe and effective.
Plus, how Governor Kathy Hochul plans to tackle the shortage of bus drivers in New York State. All that and more in 90 seconds.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad!
okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Walker Simmons, Louise Rath, Lindsay Fine, and Teagan Brown. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Governor Kathy Hochul has a new plan to address the state growing shortage of school bus drivers. School transportation directors have had issues with driver shortages for years, which was only worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic.
The initiatives include expanded testing locations for CDLs, faster testing and permitting processes for untrained drivers, and outreach programs to law enforcement commercially licensed drivers, as well as to organizations that have already trained drivers, such as first response teams. Keeping it here in New York State, immigration advocates are pushing forward after the Senate Parliament blocked an immigration provision in a new domestic spending bill. The provision was designed to provide legal status to the 8 million immigrant workers in the United States.
Debate centered around the economic impact of the provision, given the closely provided Congress passing immigration laws may be difficult. And another big announcement today from vaccine maker Pfizer. They say their COVID-19 vaccine is proven to be both safe and effective for children ages 5 to 11. Data still needs to be peer-reviewed before shots can be administered.
This news comes as COVID cases and hospitalizations in children have been on the rise. Doses for children hold only a third of the amount in each shot given to adults, but despite the lower dosage, results show that children produce antibody levels equal to those of teenagers and adults. Now to an update on the missing 22-year-old woman. FBI officials believe they have found the body of Gabby Petito. Remains were found in a national forest in Wyoming, but forensic evidence is still needed to confirm the discovery.
And this comes 8 days after Petito was first reported missing while on a cross-country road trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Florida investigators continue to look for Laundrie after he was named a person of interest and disappeared.
And coming up after the break, what's happening the next 5 days in weather. Hey Jesse, what's...
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back. Let's look at the 5-day forecast. As you can see, it'll cool down throughout the week. Tomorrow will be a high of the week of 77, and then it'll slope down a low of 52 on Friday. As you can see, the orange Syracuse football game on Friday. It's so excited. It's in the afternoon. By then, the showers should be gone. Again, some rain in the middle of the week, then by the game at night on Friday. It should be some nice clear skies, and then sun throughout the weekend. Let's look at our quad cam. So as you can see, some students outside walking between classes, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather. And now, Jesse, what's going on in sports?
Well,
We'll be talking about Sean Tucker's bid for history, some Sunday afternoon football, and even more, so stay tuned for more on sports.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3.
On Saturday, Syracuse took down UAlbany by an impressive mark of 62-24. Welcome into sports. I'm Jesse Cook. The Irons switched quarterbacks a number of times. Tommy DeVito started the game, but he briefly left after a near injury. Garrett Strader took more snaps than DeVito, but even he didn't finish the game. Third-string quarterback, redshirt freshman Jacobian Morgan stepped in for the last few snaps, handing the ball to Jarvion Howard. However, the main story yesterday was not the quarterback situation. Sean Tucker gained 253 total yards and almost set a record with 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. The record is 6, set by Jim Brown 65 years ago. The Orange play next on Friday night against the undefeated Liberty Flames. And on the pro gridiron, I'm smelling smoked salmon. The Bills skewered the Dolphins 35 to absolutely nothing yesterday. Miami quarterback Tua Tagovailoa left the game early on with a rib injury, so Jacoby Brissett took the task under center. Bad idea. As 3 fumbles plagued the running back core, Brissett tossed a pick of his own. And on the flip side, Josh Allen tossed 2 TDs on the way to an easy shutout win. And you want to talk about easy, here's another AFC East matchup that put the Patriots in the Meadowlands against the Jets. New England running back James White scored the first touchdown, and that was just the beginning. Rookie quarterback Mac Jones kept the momentum going, throwing for 186 yards, his first career win, 25-6 victory. The Jets' Zach Wilson still searches for his first win. He threw 210 yards, but he tossed 4 interceptions. Jets are 0-2, and they'll head to the Broncos next week. Now on the diamond, yesterday afternoon, the Yankees hosted the Indians for a Sunday matinee. Cleveland's onslaught included a pair of home runs from Jose Ramirez and Roberto Perez. 11-1 is the final. Here's what manager Aaron Boone had to say. Well, Yanks starter and Cy Young candidate Garrett Cole allowed the second most earned runs in his career with 7 in just 5 2/3 innings. They've lost 3 of their last 4, and they're falling to 4th place in the AL East. They begin a 3-game set with Texas next, and then a few with the Red Sox and Blue Jays. But Walker and Louise, enough with sports. Let's get back to you.
Jesse, thanks you so much. When we come back, we'll have one more look at your weather.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your wake-up weather. A nice 64 degrees and mostly cloudy with 73% humidity. Super similar to what we saw today. Again, nice temperate weather just throughout the week, especially tomorrow morning. You probably don't need to grab a jacket or anything on your way out because it will heat up throughout the day as we talked about earlier. But yeah, you can go play golf. You can go swimming at the pool, even though Barnes is inside. I'm sure there are outdoor pools in Syracuse you can use. Go play basketball, play tennis, sit outside and study, grab some coffee. Just really whatever you can do to enjoy this beautiful weather, go and do that. The 73% humidity, it will be a little bit humid, but that will break as the day goes on. So again, not really something to worry about at all. It'll be mostly cloudy, so there will be some sun and some clouds. So you'll get nice cloud coverage, and the sun shouldn't be too hot or anything like that. The UV index will not be too high. Just a nice, beautiful morning tomorrow. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Lindsay. Last night was the 73rd Emmy Awards show. Ted Lasso, The Crown, and The Queen's Gambit walked away with the night's top prizes. The Crown won Best Drama after falling short the past 3 times, while Queen's Gambit won Outstanding Limited Series.
Now, the big talk of the night was Apple TV Plus's Ted Lasso taking home Best Comedy Series, holding off Schitt's Creek from another award. Of course, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, on Everything Emmys, make sure you stay tuned on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for our entertainment news show, Unpeeled. But right now, let's just kind of break this down. Emmys, I mean.
Yeah, I personally did not watch the Emmys, but I did hear that one of our very own SU alums did win an Emmy with the Stephen Colbert Show.
Yeah, that's huge. Also, I mean, as an avid watcher of Ted Lasso, I could talk about this for hours, but Twitter was going crazy. Everyone was chanting Roy Kent. If you've seen the show, people were chanting that on stage. What a great night, and honestly, it kind of is showing this break away from COVID as we start to enter into these award show seasons. So definitely great news there.
Yeah, we saw it last Monday with the Met Gala in New York City. You know, it was the first time a lot of stars are back gathering together in these great event spaces. It's so great to see once again now that we're coming out of COVID, as Walker just said.
Yeah, and we're talking about a great award show, and now we're talking about some great weather. Lindsay.
Yes. Of course. I mean, the weather was really nice last night. If you watched the Emmys, I'm sure it was great.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I know I really like the fashion at the Emmys and the Met.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
really cool.
Well, thank you so much. Well, hey, that's all the time we have for you today on CitrusTV.com.
For more of the latest, follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter or check out our website at CitrusTV.com.
For all of us at Citrus TV News, I'm Walker Simmons.
And I'm Louise Rath. Have a great night, Syracuse.